I'm Jaycee, and this is Cooking with Cocktails. Now what that is basically is just me cooking and drinking. The two things I do best, but I'll let you decide which one I do better. So today I'm going to be making a quiche. Now this is my tried and true quiche recipe that I've been making for like 65 years now. Everybody loves it. It's delicious, simple to make, and very versatile. And of course, I couldn't be doing any of this without my trusty old glass of wine. So let's get started, shall we? Cheers! So let's start with the pastry shell. Now I have to start by saying if you want to make your own pastry, well, go for it, more power to you, but I just feel life is too short to be sitting around making pastry, and frankly I don't have the patience for it. So today I'm just using a frozen deep dish pie shell that you can buy at the supermarket. And so what you want to do is take some tin foil and then spray it with some cooking spray so that the tin foil doesn't stick to the pastry. And then you're just going to cover it, lightly cover it. And then this is going to go in a 425 degree oven for 8 minutes. And then after 8 minutes, you're going to take the tin foil off and let it bake for another 4 minutes until it's nice and golden. Alright, so let's start with the first part of the filling, which is just cheese, bacon, and onions. And I mean, really, how can you go wrong with that, right? So we're going to start by grating 1 cup of cheddar cheese. I'm just using medium cheddar cheese. If you want to use Olds or if you want to use light cheese, do whatever you want. There we go, that's about a cup. Well, you know what? We'll put a little bit more than a cup because, I mean, really, who doesn't like cheese? Alright, that's going to go into the bowl. And then next, we're going to use some Gruyere cheese because I think the cheddar and the Gruyere just go really well together. There we go. Whew, this is hard work. Alright, there we go. So that's, well, it's a little bit more than a cup. But you know what? Whatever. And then next we're gonna chop up about three green onions. Or if you want to be fancy, you can call them scallions. Chop those up. Some nice little pieces. And then that's going to go into the bowl as well. Whew, all this chopping's made me thirsty. Pardon me, I just need to take a little sip of my cocktail here. And then I'm going to put in some bacon. Now, I like really crispy bacon, so I made my bacon really crispy. I cooked this earlier. And I'm using 4 pieces of extra thick cut bacon. Because really, who doesn't like extra thick meat? I'm just saying. So we're going to chop that up. Oops, cutting board's getting away from me. And there we go. Chop that up. There we go. And then that's also going to go into the bowl. Gorgeous. So now, to this you want to add about a tablespoon of flour because that's going to help the cheese not stick together so that you can mix this all together nice and evenly. There we go. So that's the first part of the filling, and now we're going to make the second part of the filling. Alright, so now we're going to do the second part of the filling, and what you're going to need is 4 large eggs. So you're just going to crack them into a bowl, and try not to get any, well, I was going to say try not to get any shells in it, but too late for that. Anyway, so 4 eggs into the bowl. Oh, a little bit more shell. That's okay. That's okay. I got it. Nobody panic. Alright, so now you're just going to give them a little light whisk. Alright, and to that, we're going to add 1.5 cups of half and half cream. There we go. Just pour it in. Make sure that's all nice and incorporated. And while you're doing this, you can multitask and have a little sip of your wine. There we go. Alright, so that's nice and mixed together. And then you're going to add about half a teaspoon of fresh cracked black pepper. Now I'm not adding any salt to this because we have the bacon in it, and that's really salty, so you don't need to add any salt. But if you're not adding bacon, I don't know why you wouldn't though, unless you don't eat bacon or pork or anything. In which case, you're stupid. Just kidding. But no, you are missing out. There we go. Mix it all together. And voila! That's it. That's the other part of the filling for the quiche. And really, how simple was that? So now we just have to finish our quiche, and all we're going to do now is take our pie shell that we baked earlier, now that it's nice and cool, and we're going to put the cheese, bacon, and onion filling into it. There we go. Alright, spread that around. And then we're just going to take our egg and cream mixture and pour it right in. And there we are. Now this is ready for the oven. This is going to go into a 325-degree oven for about 30-35 minutes until the top starts to brown and puff slightly, and when it's no longer like jiggly in the middle. Like, you'll be able to tell if you jiggle it, it'll jiggle a little bit, it's not ready. So wait till it's nice and firm and puffy, then we're good to go. Alright, so our quiche has been in the oven for about 35 minutes. Let's see how it's doing. And bonjour. As you can see, it's nice and golden and puffy on the top, which is exactly what we want. So now, all we have to do is cut into it, and then we're going to eat it. So now's the moment we've all been waiting for. We're going to cut into our delicious quiche, and we're going to have a taste. Alright. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, like, bonjour. How delicious does that look? So now, the chew test. Let's have a little taste. It's just so good. Now when I said this is versatile, I mean, a lot of times I'll serve this for brunch, and I'll make this and I'll serve it with like sausage and toast and all that kind of breakfast fixins on the side. Or a lot of times I also make it for dinner, and what I'll do is I'll make a little arugula salad just tossed with lemon juice and olive oil, salt and pepper, and I'll put it right on top, and it makes a really great dinner as well. But really, this is something you cannot go wrong with. It's bacon and eggs and cheese and onions all put into one thing, and I mean, really, how can you go wrong with that? I'll tell you how you can. You can't. Alright, well, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself and maybe learned a thing or two along the way. But I think the real moral of this story is that it's always more fun to cook with cocktails. Cheers.